I do apologize, folks. So hopefully you hadn't missed much. I had just that conversation was just around that one slide. So now let's move into, no, this is not, no, this is the wrong one. Bear with me. Okay, where's Marco's gone? There we go. Can you see that, Sue?
Yes.
Thank you, appreciate it. I do apologize, folks. So, of course, we're a wellness company, and we're not new in regards to wellness. Nutrition's been around for years, but the real aspect is identifying why it's so important. And today, understanding that the reason why wellness and nutrition is vitally important is because of our modern day diets, our ultra processed foods, which again, you know full well that United States, United Kingdom are probably the biggest consumers of processed foods on a daily basis. And as I share this with you tonight, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you believe that in mankind's history, and we have access to more knowledge than we've ever had before, and we've had more knowledge through the superhighway, the social media platforms, search engines, that we've got access to knowledge, we've got access to information and exercise, and yet today we are the most unhealthiest we've ever been. There are things happening today that we are losing the battle against: diabetes, obesity, degenerative diseases that weren't even around 100 years ago when we worked the land. And so today nutrition is important, and particularly supplements. But here's an era that we've just worked from. We've come in from an era where we consumed supplements and never tested them. We never knew if they worked. And because we are requiring these supplements, people are taking their hard-earned money and purchasing products for a number of things: recommendations, impressive marketing campaigns, celebrities who are paid millions to hold something in their hand to pretend they're drinking it or consuming it, and yet wouldn't even eat or drink that product themselves. So supplements are important, but we've got to get to a position where we can test what we're consuming to validate it. And today we need it more than ever. The food that we are eating, ultra processed foods, are empty calories. So we're not getting the nutrients our body needs. And where the food that we're consuming is grown, the soil is depleted of all the nutrients anyway. And of course, with today's environment, in fact, one of the things, and let's look at some positives here. I don't know about you where you are right now, but I don't know about you where I am. Even though I'm not out because we're on lockdown, I am stepping out and looking at the skies, and I don't think I've seen them as clean and as free as in my whole entire life. And I don't know about you. Stress is a major contributor today in today's environment and well-being. In fact, most people will go to their practitioner, that we call them a general practitioner, GP, and most of the things they're medicated is for stress. So we need supplements. So that would be a great market to be in. And I've already touched on this, that science and technology is developing at such a rate, and yet we are losing the battle against wellness. And the reason why is our consumption. Our results show over the last 8 years, we have now tested nearly 500,000 independent individuals. And through this ultra processed diet that most of us are consuming, we are consuming way too many omega-6s. Now, I don't know about you, but I was brought up with the term essential fatty acids. Most people have heard of that term. The word essential is a giveaway, but I didn't know what it meant. And very simply, what it means is that you and I, regardless of our language, regardless of our culture, humans are born one-to-one with their omega-6 and omega-3. Now, omega-6 we consume from processed foods. Omega-3 we do not produce as a human being, so we must consume those also. And the simple fact is, we've now consumed way too many omega-6s, which are inflammatory, and we're not consuming enough omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory. Let's look at it this way. We need omega-6s because they're important to our body. We want them. It's a bit like that fireplace in your home. You can have that ambience. You have that wonderful evening in with the people you care about, and you put a log on the fire, you get that glow, you get the atmosphere, and you get the warmth. But if you happen to go to bed and leave that unattended, and it happens to roll off onto the carpet, the rug, and connects and ignites and burns, and you've got a house fire on your hands. And that's exactly how you and I are as human beings. When our omega-6s are greater in consumption than the consumption of omega-3s, we now are walking around with chronic inflammation. And that means now we have an imbalance. And the average American, you're going to see the stats in a minute, are alarmingly way out of balance. And because of that consumption, we have very low levels of omega-3. We have inadequate polyphenols in our diet, and that's going to be our unique selling point as I share this with you. And we have very low levels of D. Now, the question now, as an entrepreneur, is understanding what is our message. And our message is very simply, we want to bring to the market and we want to help Americans get back into the balance. But to get back in the balance, we got to understand if they are out of balance or not. Now, the World Health Organization, which is a global governing body, state that we should be around 3-to-1 in balance, three omega-6s and 1 omega-3. That's what they state. The average individual who's even taken supplements, and some of those are omega supplements, are still out of balance by 16-to-1 in America. Now, here's the average. The average American is 25-to-1 out of balance. The Brits are 15-to-1 out of balance. Australians, 20 out of balance. Vegans, 20-to-1 out of balance. We're soon going into India and Asia, 40-to-1 out of balance. So the question is, do you know if you are in or out of the danger zone? And the simple answer is, we take a test. Now, last year when I started to share with the owner, Orion Sala, and my individual who introduced me, Marco Passananti, that I'm forever grateful for, he simply said, take the test. And of course, my skepticism was, well, of course, I'll take the test, but I'm going to be out of balance because you want me to buy the oil. And when they mentioned that the test was actually independent by a 25-year-old independent analytical service laboratory, they had my entrepreneurial attention because it couldn't be manipulated. And because blood spots don't lie. See, all the nutrition up to this point I'd ever taken, I could never tell you categorically whether it worked. I could tell you I felt better, but was it a placebo? I could tell you, well, you know, I'm taking it. Why are you taking it? Because my personal trainer recommended it. But I couldn't tell you I was taking it because it worked. And so this laboratory that we are just a customer of, and by the way, some of the customers that Zinzino are alongside of through this laboratory are the likes of King's College in London, Oxford University, Howe University, Harvard. These people are already customers to this company who do independent blood testing. Now, Zinzino just happens to be a customer to them, but we've already done almost 500,000 independent blood spots. And what we found is 95% of people who take this test are out of balance. But here's the good news. 95% of those people who get on the product for 120 days, when they retest in 120 days, are back in balance. And why is that? It's really ultimately down to our unique combination. Now, omega-3 isn't new. You may even be an omega-3 consumer. But the reality is omega-3s are the #1 consumed nutritional product on planet Earth. But when they make the omega product, manufacturers actually, by the cleaning processes, extract the polyphenols. And it's the polyphenols, if you remember what I mentioned a minute ago, you'll hear this word again. Polyphenols is the antioxidant that protects the omega once it's consumed and prevents it from oxidizing while it travels to the cellular level. So why is our unique? Because we take high-grade fish oil, which comes from the algae that the fish consume, and prematurely cold-pressed olives, and we take the polyphenols from them. Now, at 2 months prior to being harvested, they are so rancid to the human taste, we wouldn't want to eat them. But that's where the polyphenols are the most proactive. So we take those polyphenols and we synergistically blend them with our high-grade fish oil. And you can see on there that we're GMP certified, which means we are manufacturing at the highest standard. We have additional D3 vitamin put in there. We're halal, we're GMO friendly, and we're proud members of Friends of the Sea, meaning we take our harvesting responsibly. But we also know that there's a big market out there called vegans. And we have the world's first patented balance oil. No fish involved. We've taken the algae and the cold pressed olives and created the world's first patented vegan oil. So what's the benefits of taking omega-3? Well, there's many, and these aren't Zinzino's claims. These are the claims of the European Food Safety Association. And there's many, but you could really categorize them into 3 major areas. One is our brain function. My biggest thing that I've taken over the last 8 months with this product is absolute brain clarity. The other thing is heart function, cardiovascular. And of course, what's topic right now is immune. So they're the 3 major categories. And you can break those down into about 145 proven medical benefits, but let's just touch on 18. And I'm not going to go through them, but you can see them on the screen. Anything from oxidative stress to cellular level to red blood cells to bone density. Omega-3 is the #1 essential building element to every living cell in our body. So if it is the #1 product, the most consumed product, and most people that are consuming it, it's not working because the polyphenols have been taken out, let's test them. For those who are not taking any supplements, they're going to even be worse out of balance. Let's test them. I don't know what the population of the United States, but it's several hundred million. And if 95% of them are out of balance, we're going to be very busy for a number of years helping people to regain it. So let's touch on some of our products. Our products are incredible products. They're patented, they're natural, they're just incredible quality. And behind this, you're going to hear about the gentleman who's behind this, but our balanced oil is the very next generation of food supplement because it's an ultra pure, molecularly tested polyphenol omega-based product. Now, it's a supplement. Depending on your weight, depending on your body mass, you're going to be taking this on a daily basis. And within 120 days, you're going to be back into balance. We've already touched on some of the benefits of omegas, and I'm not going to go into this. Remember this, I'm not the nutritionist. I'm not the scientist. I'm a chef by trade. And I forgot to tell you that for those in America, I would be the equivalent of a Denny's owner. We used to call that a little chef over here, but I happen to be a very big chef in a brand called Little Chef. But it's really called a Denny's in the United States. So imagine me, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm trying to think, convert quickly, 24 stone. So I don't know, approaching 300 pounds in weight in the United States. I was a big man. I didn't have time. I was too busy. And this is what the individual said to me. He said, Dave, sometimes people can be busy going nowhere that they don't take time to look to the solution. And so that's how I got into the industry. And for the last 14 years, I've had some great successes and I've had some not so great, but I've never seen a product that works with independent validation. So our oil is the most important product. In fact, the oil is our flagship. It's our best product. And it's the product that gets us back into balance. Because the higher that number, remember, the more out of balance, 3-to-1 is where we should be or less, but the higher the number, mine was 14-to-1, the harder the membrane is around the cell. So even if you're eating and consuming and supplement with great nutrition, it's not being absorbed into the cell. So the oil helps us to get back in balance. And then we've got a product that helps us with our immune and nutritional value. It's a multiple 23 minerals and nutrients and immune boosting elements within this product called Extend. And when you get to hear the doctor behind this, the word Extend was deliberately created for this product because it extends our wellness. And the benefits of this are absolutely incredible. And when they synergistically are consumed with our balanced soil, it has an incredible effect. And of course, we all know, or hopefully we do, that 99% of most people that are experiencing some form of degenerative illness or condition or ailment, 99% of the time, it's due to chronic inflammation. And that stems from the gut. And so this Xenobiotic, in fact, is my favorite product. It's a subtle blend of 5 fibers that are blended synergistically that releases at different times within the 4 chambers of our colon. Because in each chamber of our colon are different types of bacteria. And chronic inflammation and degenerative diseases actually come when the bad bacteria outgrows the good. I'm not going to go into the science. I'm not the scientist. But what we have done is we've created many products, but we've really sort of pulled them together and created a thing called the health protocol. There are 3 products that synergistically come together. The oil to get us back in balance. It helps us to create a healthy 6:3 ratio. And it helps us to protect our body from all the oxidative stress, i.e. rusting, that we're going through. The second thing is to restore our bacteria with our Zinzino biotic. And then the third is to boost our immune system. When you put these 3 products together, they're less than $80 or $90 a month for our wellness. I believe this protocol should be sitting on people's shelves in the United States as it is part of their monthly shopping. People are looking to do something about their wellness. And these are the individuals behind it. We have one of the best advisory panels in the industry. And the gentleman at the top right-hand side, Paul Clayton, is an individual who in his early 70s, yes, in his early 70s, is still lecturing at Oxford University on brain and behavior. And for over 50 years has been studying the benefits of being in balance with our fatty acids. And I could go and spend a whole hour on these individuals that are so impressive. But I'd encourage you to go to drpaulclayton.eu. Go look up Paul Clayton. And if you've never read his first book, Let Your Food Be Your Pharmaconutrition, he doesn't speak science tongue. He keeps it very simple for people like me to understand that we are walking around like a furnace, but we can do something about it. We can stop it. We can actually start to reverse it. And in many cases, we can eradicate it. Now, the big pharmaceutical companies don't want to hear that. The processing, ultra-processed food manufacturers don't want to hear that. Why? Because they want us exactly where we are, unhealthy and medicated. We have the opportunity to actually do something about it. So we have incredible products. We have our oil, we have our brain and immune products. We even have a weight management program. And we have what I believe, and Sue Booth, who's my co-host today, she has several decades experience of skincare. And in her experience, I said, this is one of the best products she's ever seen. Now, I'm a man, I use it and I love it. So, but the thing is, that skincare product, the weight management product, the immune and the brain product works even greater when it's worked with the oil. Why? Because the oil gets us back into balance. So let's switch gear. Let's talk about why you may want to look at Zinzino as a viable business opportunity. Well, I already mentioned that I was a Denny's owner. Well, I really wasn't. The bank owned the Denny's. I just had to go to work as a glamorized employee, though I was a business owner, yet the business owned me. And so we've all been educated and brought up in a conventional environment and society where we're so not used to direct sales. We believe that people make things, people move things, and this is what my very first mentor said to me. And I want you to ask yourself this question. I want you to think about this question seriously. If you are employed, and I've been employed, how many of us actually believe that we actually get paid what we are worth? I think you're the same in the United States as we are in the United Kingdom. That the most things you ever hear about people at a dinner party or a barbecue or get together is, you know what, I'm just not paid enough for what I do. What they expect me to do. In fact, today they've actually got rid of jobs and expected me to do more than my job entitlement for the same money and think I'm lucky. I mean, that's a conversation we all get, right? And that's where my first mentor said, most people are paid a wage, but they're paid wholesale. They're not paid what they're worth. And then they take their wholesale income and they go to retail and they pay more than what the product's worth. He said, how do you ever get ahead if you're not paid what you're worth and you're paying more than what the product's worth? That's an oxymoron. So if you look at on that slide there, traditional marketing, someone's making money on the movement of a product. And so many people have heard of network marketing or home-based business, and they look at you like you're maybe with two heads because they don't understand your paradigm. But the reality is, direct sales is very simply, it's moving goods and services like traditional marketing, but you and I are the middleman. We are the marketing. We are the voice. We are the connection. We are the customer gatherers. And instead of the middlemen making money in traditional marketing, you and your family prosper. And who you can see on the right-hand side, Orion and Hilda, the founders of this company, they've been around this type of marketing for over 2 decades. And they're excited about what Zinzino can do and offer you as an entrepreneur. So we know about the gig economy. There's things that are happening faster than ever before. We're seeing new companies and corporations actually being birthed that have no products. They're just, who would have thought Blockbusters would have gone out of business because of an online Netflix operation? Who would have thought that Facebook in those early days when Mark Zuckerberg was sitting in the college with a handful of people and he just created a basic platform so they could share pictures between dorms. And now we think it's the biggest social media platform in the world, and yet it is the largest advertising program in the world. And we think we're just being social. Have you ever wondered why you look at a website and all of a sudden you go back to your Facebook and it pops up, something related to that pops up? So how many of you would like to be part of something that's going to be mainstream? See, Zinzino, we believe, will be a household brand in the United States. And direct selling is an annual growth industry. You may know someone who tried, but I look for people who succeed. I don't look for someone who's had a foul marriage to guide me. I don't look for someone who's lost weight when I want to lose weight or hasn't lost weight. I'm not going to go to people who have an opinion. And so I applaud you for being willing to actually be on the call this afternoon to get the facts. You can see the hundreds of millions of dollars that are done each year in global sales. $76 billion each year in distribution is paid out in commissions. That's $208 million a day. I always ask people, no, how much do you need to make on the side that will maybe buy your freedom back? So let's talk about how you can get started with the individual who invited you. Very simply, United States, we have initially 2 ways of getting started. By the way, to join Zinzino, you get registered and then you get select an enrollment kit so you can start to have a product experience, to get your own test, to start your new health regime on a daily basis, to have 10 milliliters of oil and a couple of scoops of prebiotic and a couple of pills of Extend, and you're doing everything you need to do through a health protocol to put your health back to the optimum over the next few short months. So we have the health protocol kit you can see there, just under $500, but you're going to get around $1,100 worth of product. We got the ultimate body kit, which is our sort of premier product. And I love this product because in there, you're going to get multiple blood tests to start going and getting your customers. And the individual who invited you onto the call and the team that's working with them will show you exactly how to word it, how to message it, and how to position it. Because there's two things we're going to do. We're going to go out and get some customers, and we're also going to get some other business partners and teach them how to do the same thing. But what I love about the Ultimate Kit is it becomes with a refund opportunity. And that refund is very simply, in 12 months' time, from the time you get started in a business of your own, but not by yourself, with the individual who invited you, with the team that's supporting them, with a corporate marketing and a market that is more ripe than ever before in the history, do you think in 12 months together, we can find 25 people who think health is important? Because when you do, the company in the 13th month are going to give your $949 back as a refund. And I've never seen this in this industry. And the reason this is designed is because it's designed to get the new entrepreneur focused on the number one thing: customers. There's a lot of companies in this industry that don't have customers. Why? They may have a good product, not tested, not scientifically backed, but it's a good product. But it's inflated, it's high in price. And the only people that want to buy it are the people in the business because they think they're going to make money. Zinzino is one of the first models I've ever seen where we have real customers. In fact, right now, we have over 250,000 monthly subscriptions on the product. But because of so those two kits are available. The individual is going to let you know what's best for you in regards to talking it through with you. You make the decision, but get your product kit, get tested, start your regime, and start building your story. Your first blood test, your first result. 120 days later, take your second blood test and get your second result. Now, stories sell, but facts back it up. Science removes all doubt. So what do? We now go to work. How many people do you know that could improve their health? How many people you know that are feeling anxious now about their financial? More than ever. But the first thing we're going to do is show you how to go get some customers. Hey, Mary, how are you? It's great to see you. Look, if there was a test that you and I could take together that could show whether we were in or out of balance with our health, that had a 100% money back guarantee, would you check out a 2-minute video? We're going to educate you, we're going to equip you, and we're going to empower you to build a business, a home-based business. And many of you are like us in the United Kingdom and Europe right now. We are in lockdown. But you know, in March, just last March, 2 weeks ago, Zinzino's 15-year history, they had their biggest month ever. Why? People are looking. People are looking, but they're looking for people who are bold enough to herald a message of well-being. So get some customers, and through that, we're going to start showing that opportunity for those who have a level of interest. But we want customers to remain customers. I'd rather have happy customers than frustrated entrepreneurs. Customers consume product, but we're looking for a handful of people who want to maximize what we're going to be doing in Zinzino in the United States. Whether they're a customer or a business entrepreneur, we get them started for a getting started training. And then we start asking for referrals and we repeat the cycle. And the great thing I love about what we do is that customers and entrepreneurs can get their product for free. Why? Once you and I are back in balance, and my second test, by the way, was 2.1, 14.4 to 1, then 90 days, 120 days later, 2.1. So the natural thing is to go, well, I can come off the product. Well, no, it's a product that we're going to consume for the rest of our life. Why? We don't produce omega-3. But now you've got the science showing you that it works. Why not go and share it with other people? So even our customers can get it for free. When your customer shares it with 4 other individuals who gets on the same product as them or greater, they no longer have to pay for their product. They only have to pay for the shipping. And if they engage, we provide them with a fun app to download. And that app on every day will get a message saying, hey, have you taken your oil today? And you click yes. And when you've got 360 yeses, you get free shipping. As an entrepreneur, imagine your customer retention not being 100%, but being far greater than the industry average, because you have a real product that real customers consume that can get it for free. That's an incredible opportunity. So let's go through some numbers. Let's talk about those customers. We have two avenues. We have a customer avenue and we have a business avenue. And I'm not going to go too much into the detail, but we have several ranks just to start building customers. And we call the first rank bronze. Very simply, go get 4 customers. That could be 4 subscriptions. The individual will explain that to you, but every product consumed is a subscription. So you may even have 1 customer on 4 products. That's 4 subscriptions. But let's say 4 customers. When you get 4 customers, you're a bronze. You're going to make around 135 smart bronze bonus dollars, and you're going to make around $16 a month residual on the consumption of the oil. Now, the more subscriptions you get, the more customers you get, you're going to unlock a higher percentage. But X team is when you've got 10 customers personally, you're going to still make around 10% bonus, but your fast start bonuses are going to increase and your monthly revenue commissions are going to increase, just only with 10 customers. Now let's go A team and get 25 subscriptions. Now what's good about here is those 10 initial customers could refer other customers to you, and they all count as your customers. So those 25 subscriptions don't need to be personal, they can be referred. You'll see there 25 customers, you're going to hit a $500 bonus. And you're going to have about a monthly residual of about $335 per month. So you're not setting the world on fire, but how many people do you know that an extra $300 to $400 a month, just by gathering a handful of customers, they haven't even built a business yet, would make a big difference? And then let's teach other people to do the same. Just go get customers. We teach them how to do that. If we duplicate that and duplicate helping customers get their product for free, you'll start building some serious numbers. Pro team is when you got 50 group customers personally. You're going to make around $700 a month. Again, I said I'm not going to go too much in the numbers here, but you can see for yourself. 100 subscriptions, you're now called top team. You're making 30% retail, and you're making around almost $1,500 a month on residual income. Get to 200 subscriptions, you're going to make around nearly $3,000 a month. But what's interesting here, you see the top team, 100 customers. When you hit top team, you also qualify for a $10,000 bonus over 24 months, in addition to your 1,400. Now, when you hit top team 200, you also qualify for a 5-star trip, all expenses paid. So someone who may not be a home-based business person or a network marketer or just wants to focus on customer gathering, we have a career path for them. How many of you people do you know that an extra $1,000 to $3,000 over the next 3 to 6 months as we build momentum in the United States would impact their lives? That's what we want to help you do. Help 1,000 customers just for your customer campaign. You're going to be making around $15,000 US a month, an incredible income just for helping people get on their own wellness campaign. But there's going to be those of you watching tonight that want to not only go get customers, but build a team of customer gatherers. So I want to watch, I'm not going to go again too deeply into the numbers for you, but you can see how geometrically that compound sales, leveraged sales, meaning you're not doing everything, that over the next 6 months to a year to 18 months, what if we could show you how instead of investing in huge amounts of dollars into a brick and mortar franchise, you can invest around $1,000 and have a business of your own that is more relevant today than ever. That is health and wellness. So you set up your own business. We're going to help you go and get your 25 subscriptions. You're going to make around $335 plus $135 Smart Bronze bonus. Now what we're going to do is help you now introduce people to your organization. We're going to duplicate you. Imagine you're a franchise and this is another franchisee. 4 franchises, we're going to help them go get their 25 customers. You've replicated yourself 4 times and you're a silver. Silver is very simply $470 a month. We're going to teach those to go and do the same thing, get their 25 customers, and you're now going to be in a position where you're making around $535 in fast start bonuses, plus your $470 residual on your monthly consumption. Again, it's not a lot of money, but we're talking $500 a month. Now let's go and help those 4 do what we just taught you. Help those 4 go get their 25. Now you've got over 500 group customers, but you're going to be making around $1,600 a month as an executive in Zinzino. Just imagine the lives we've impacted on the wellness. What we're going to do with those 4 silvers that we helped, we're going to help them go get 4. You're now going to have 4 executives on your team. We're teaching them to replicate you and go and get 25 personal customers. Now you've got 2,100 customers. You've still got your 25, but we're helping other people to do exactly the same. You're now a diamond, making $6,300 a month. You can see how the numbers geometrically grow. In fact, the individual who shared this with me in a few short years has surpassed this. But it's a very simple model. The wellness revolution has never been more paramount and important. So at that level, I don't know why that did that, sorry guys. But at that level, when you help your 4 individuals, diamonds, get 25 customers, you're gonna have over 8,500 customers and you're gonna be a crown, making nearly 15,000 US dollars. That is on a part-time basis using a system that the individual invited you onto the call will help you. And that system is very simple. We have I believe I've seen in 14 years of being in this marketing model, the very best getting started support system ever. It's thorough. We have a manual that will walk you through how to make a list, how to contact invite. But none of that's important unless you know your reason why. When you've established your why and your purpose and the thing that's going to motivate you to learn the basics in our model, to learn and associate with our online trainings and our online events that are going to support you, which are really relevant right now with the lockdowns. Once you know your why, the how falls into place because we've got the how. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll help you get started. We're going to help you prioritize your calendar. We appreciate that, you may be someone of faith or sports activities. And obviously when everything settles down, your career paths and your social commitments. But through working a calendar, we're going to find those little windows of time and we're going to prioritize that time and show you how to build your business. And we're going to make a list. We're going to make a list of everybody you know. Everybody you know. Why? Health and finances are paramount for everybody today. We just don't know who's looking. We just don't know who's ready to take action. Everybody should, but we don't know who they are. So we make a list and we invite everybody. And we're going to actually do the meetings with you. We're actually going to support you when we can get back out physically again. We'll be doing those with you. But we also can do them right now online. And we're going to present for you. You're just going to have to get good at learning how to invite people to take a look. And then you're going to have the likes of Javier from Palma and Mallorca. You're going to have the likes of Ricard from Scandinavia. You're going to have the Mr. Passion himself, Marco Passanante, who started this whole reaction and this whole movement of impacting other people and has thousands upon thousands of customers. And he has been to the United States on a number of occasions, to Illinois. We've got groups in Ohio now and Florida, and we're now just picking up momentum. You could be looking at a better time with people who know how to build the industry, who understand, believe, and have the conviction of our product. We know how to position the message. All we need you to do is open the eyes and ears of others. Let us come in and share the message on your behalf while we teach you how to build. And most people will need to take a second look. Our goal is simply to offer, share, not to convince. Out of the hundreds of millions in America, we're going to find several tens of thousands and put them on the product. And so we have a program for you. We have a system for you. And we know how to build with you. But that's going to be your decision. So you do have decision to make. One is become a customer. Try the product. Become the story. Become the evidence that you may have conviction and boldness about this independent blood test. You may be already saying, look, I've seen enough. I want to get on the product, but I want to become a business owner. I've heard enough, I've seen enough, and I'm ready to take action. And I've got some questions. And we welcome questions, because questions answered gives you credibility. You may want some more information, and we can do that too. You can have a look at our documentation. You can go to the corporate website. You can have even look at our quarterly accounts to prove that we are who we say we are. So with that said, my name is Dave Ives. I apologize for some of the technical issues. We're excited about United States. We're actually excited about the globe. 95% of the globe are out of balance. And what we're looking for are health entrepreneurs who will help us to go impact as many lives as possible with a test that can validate the product, that's affordable for the customer, who can get it for free when they share it before. How many people do you think we can impact? We hope you've seen something tonight that you like. We are going to be doing this again on Saturday. Another speaker will be sharing at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We also, on Thursday, tomorrow, we have a product presentation. And the product presentation doesn't have any business. So as you start gathering customers, you're going to be able to invite people onto the customer presentation knowing they're not going to be sold the business. Customers are customers and entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs. I hope you fall into one of those. Get back to the individual. Let them know if you're 1, 2, or 3. And we look forward to servicing you, helping you, and showing you what is really possible when we come together and put health as a priority for customers. Thank you, everybody. Have a blessed evening, and we'll see you all very soon.